Morning, Peter.
Good morning.
How are you?
You feeling alone yet?
Are you well?
I say, are you feeling alone?
I am sitting alone, yeah. I am, yeah. All on my own. Not very well. Not very well. My girlfriend's giving me a cold. So I'm feeling pretty rough today. I'm feeling pretty rough. It was fine. Just got to get up. Just got to get on with it, haven't we? That's all we can do. Right. Let's have a look what we got in the charts today then. We'll start with DXY. We'll move our ways down. So let's just have a look where we're looking at for the week so far. Obviously, the big consideration today is we do have news. Let's have a look. Right. Right, let's have a look. Let me set my screen to record. Right, okay, so let's just tidy this chart up a little bit. I never like it. I feel like I get a little bit of like confusion when my charts are really messy. So I'm just going to tidy this chart up a little bit. Obviously, we've been relatively bullish this week. Big consideration, of course, is that we have news today. So let's just filter out some of this rubbish news. Let's have a look.
CPI today.
Yeah, so we've got CPI today at 1:30, unemployment claims as well. So that's kind of obviously the big event that's going to be happening. That being said, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be trading today, and I'll show you why. So previous, obviously we were bullish, still quite bullish. And let's jump down to our 4 hour and have a look at our most recent range. So again, I'm just going to tidy up this chart a little bit. Let's get rid of everything other than the weekly open. Let's get rid of all of our alerts. Let's get rid of all of these ray lines, because I always feel like clear chart, especially when you're feeling like your charts are a little bit messy, when you clear up those charts a little bit, it always makes me feel a little bit better.
Morning, boys.
All right, Lenny. How are we?
Alright. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks, pal. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I've actually started playing around with just having my indicators off at the moment, just to kind of clear up my charts a little bit. Just feeling like the last 24 hours or so, my chart's just a little bit messy. So I'm just leaving on my Asian range for now and seeing whether it causes me any problems. I do quite like, the only problem is, I do quite like having my New York zone marked on. But London more and more so. I quite like trading all of London rather than just waiting for the 8 o'clock. I don't know. Sometimes I think we play around with things for no reason sometimes. Right, let's have a look then. So obviously daily was bullish, very clear bullish. We had a couple of rough days, a couple of really tight days, and then a real big bullish day. Okay. Just bear with me a couple of moments, guys. Just pause this quickly. I just got to run downstairs quickly. I'll be back. Sorry, team. All kicking off in the morning routine. Don't know if you could hear any of that. Sorry if you could.
No, I can hear nothing.
Okay, good. The lad's
Interested,
basically
bro.
up. Say again. Oh, our boy's basically he's 13 and he's just turned into a teenager.
Oh,
And you know, Mum loses her shit every now and again. We all remember that, don't we?
I remember being a moody teenager. Not much changed, really.
She's come downstairs. He's got like a minute left to go for his bus. He's like not dressed. He's not had his breakfast. He's not done any of his lunch. Like we'll always do a sandwich for him, but he's not done any of his lunch or anything. So he's like not ready to go. So now I've got to take him to school instead of him catching the bus that we pay for. So it's one of them mornings. It's a minor when you really break it down, but it's frustrating, isn't it, when it's like a daily thing. Anyway, right, let's get back to this chart. So. I quite like the look of Asia today. When we have these nice tight ranges on Asia, they normally present good opportunities, right? So, I mean, that was maybe a bit of a sweep on that one. Sweep on this one, push on this one. Nice tight range, lovely little sweep, lovely little move, yeah? Push on this one's continued, tight range, sweep, move. Kind of tight range, not really sure about that one. Tight range, nice big move. Yeah, so when we get ranges like this is often good for us, okay? In terms of where our range is right now, we are very high up in the range. So depending on how you mark it up is really up to you and your refinements. I'd say there's probably a couple of options right now. The 2 hour, this range here looks good. That would be kind of my preferred range right now. It makes most sense. It is very clearly the last leg up. We have also got this tighter range on the hourly as well. So that's just worth considering. Long story short, somewhere around here is going to be, a major area of sensitivity if we can come down to that. Again, using our market theory and logic, where people are going to be having their break-even points, we're going to be having break-even points here. We're going to be having break-even points, obviously, when people take these moves here. Break-even points here as well. So if we start to look at where our liquidity is going to be sat, we're getting these very clear points. We've got break-even points lining up with external liquidities. So down here is where our liquidity is sat right now. Whether or not we get down there is obviously a big question mark. It is Thursday, so we can just take a buy from here. There's no harm in it at all. And I'd be happy if we were to get a nice sweep of these lows. I'd be happy to take a buy out of here, especially on a Thursday. My only slight hesitation, and we've got reason to come down. We've got that order block there on the hourly as well. My only slight hesitation is that we've got news this afternoon, and with I say it's been a slow week. Monday, Tuesday-ish were a bit slow. Yesterday was actually a really good day, to be fair, really good day. Did anyone take advantage of yesterday? Did anyone get much out of it? No.
I saw the EU too early, right? And
Yeah.
then, that better trade came in later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right idea though, get the bearish price action.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think, we had...
That happens when your session's like low down. And it'll pull back and take out that session before it continues.
Yeah.
I took that one.
Say again?
I took that one.
You took the sell?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Yeah, nice. And that's the thing, Peter, obviously with yourself, you're stepping up to the charts a bit more, you're doing your analysis a little bit more, just immersing yourself a little bit more in the marketplace, is really, really helpful because, you get to the markets every day, you do your analysis every day, you're then lining up opportunities, you're not then reacting to the marketplace in like you're not having to make a quick turnaround, You're there, you're prepared, you know what you're looking for, so when it happens, then you can just action it, which is, obviously a good place to be. I really like the price delivery right now on Euro USD. I'm a real big fan of it. Everything is really, really clean. So, when we look at that buy we took on Tuesday, nice buy, it literally tagged the 50% of the range. When you're considering, and as some people probably are, whether range liquidity trading is the right way forward. When you see moves like this, where prices literally just tagged that 50% and reversed immediately. You just can't argue with it. There is a imbalance to this range. I mean, there still is an imbalance here. There still is an inefficiency technically, but that 50% of that range was clearly a very sensitive area. So prices come up, it's tagged into that premium section, which is that top half, and then it's immediately reversed. It did catch me on the wrong side on Tuesday, so I was expecting this to be a liquidity sweep, and obviously, it came down the other way. So very quickly changed my bias yesterday, and we got some nice, a good entry out of there anyway. So yeah, price delivery on EU is just really clean. Price delivery on EU is usually really clean. It's just sometimes hard to pick which direction it's going in. That's the hardest thing with EU, and this is where I think just your basic market theory and your range theory can be really, really helpful. Anyway, I want to tidy up this chart just a little bit, so I'm going to take off everything other than the. Actually, I probably want to save those trades just so I can do some stuff with them. Just hide that, and I'm going to hide that, and I'm going to hide that. The rest of it can all be deleted. Get rid of that. Oh, and that one. That's my loss. It's got to go in the journal, isn't it, boys?
Do you know you can save your trades in a folder in that objects list?
No, I didn't.
Hide your trades.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I do that.
So you can get them off your chart, sort of thing.
Third one.
Say again.
Yeah, the third one down on the right.
Yeah. You can create folders.
And then, so you just
Yeah.
create a folder, and then you can put
Nice.
all your trades in it, and you got that trade.
That's a really good idea.
Takes a bit, you have to do some work to put it in there, you know what I mean, at the end of the day or whatever, but it doesn't do it automatically.
Yeah, I like it.
It does keep it clean if you want to keep all your past trades on.
Yeah. And I'm assuming that group then. So can I name that group? Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Hey, look. What's that saying? Always be the student. Something like that, innit?
I used to do it. I used to have a folder for every week, so just
Did ya?
markups for 1 week, but it got a bit tedious in the end.
Yeah, I can
I do
imagine.
that for my trades now, just so they don't get deleted.
Label them the days of the week, and then on the weekend I can go through each day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clever. Yeah, I like it. Only reason they're still on my charts is, two reasons. A, I haven't updated my journal yet. Naughty me. And B, I want to do some content on it. So that's the only reason they're still there, really. It's the only reason I really keep trades on there, is if I want to do some sort of content. Right, I just want to tidy this chart up because it's stressing me out a little bit. Right, so look, these are our levels. Let's get rid of all this shit. Oh, I was saying how my charts kept going blurry.
Yeah.
Apparently, TradingView doesn't like it when you've got loads of drawings on your charts. It causes
So how do you do that again? You can see how many drawings are on your charts.
It's a processing error. It's when there's indicators and drawings all trying to be processed at the same time.
Yeah.
Right, so right now, EU, obviously bearish. Everything is bearish. Everything's lined up bearish, right? Previous week was bearish. Previous day was bearish. 4 hours bearish. The news today is going to be really, really important. Obviously, CPI, month on month, year on year. We need to understand what's happening with this inflation, okay? Overall inflation is going to be a big one. Previously was 2.5, forecasted 2.3. If inflation comes down, we'll have to see what happens ultimately, but that's the one thing making me just a little bit hesitant about taking a trade this morning, if I'm honest. I certainly wouldn't be buying it, that's for sure, because yes, we're overextended and everything that comes with that. However, it's Thursday, we've got clear market direction. I mean, look at the AMD for the week. Beautiful, right? Accumulation. Manipulation. And then we've had our distribution. So we are bearish. And unless the news does something different, we are bearish. If the news pushes bullish, I expect it to be a liquidity grab, and then we'll continue short. Unless there's something extreme that comes out. if the news pushes bearish, then it will just drop out the sky. So I've got an alert set on Asia high. I want to see some liquidity grabbed on the 15-minute. I've obviously got news coming in 7 minutes. I'm going to have to jump off at 8:15 today, guys, just because I've got to take the lad to school now. So, yeah, we'll obviously keep an eye on that until then. But yeah, on EU, it's really simple. I'm short. You know, how many times have we fallen foul to, you know, trying to buy in sections like this and, you know, getting maybe a little bit of profit out of it, but then being stung ultimately. So in the markets like this, you just continue trading it. The only valid buy these last couple of weeks was this one here. Okay, this one here would have been a valid buy because you'd had, no, sorry, it wouldn't be, I tell a lie, because that's just the first breaker structure. This one here from Tuesday on, this one here on Monday was a valid buy as well, just because we'd had some structure come in. Again, you know, and this is why we talk about the various different time frames. On the 15-minute, that was a valid buy. On the 2-hour, obviously, it's just a pullback. So that's what you've got to be careful with. For me, I want my 15-minute time frames lining up, and then I can look at buy options. I can't remember where I took a buy. Did I take a buy Tuesday? Was it Monday? Did I take a buy Monday? I can't remember.
Wasn't it Tuesday in New York? I saw that on Monday and you said it wasn't for you. Oh, it was that day.
Ah, that was the overnight position, wasn't it? Yeah, that was right.
Oh, yeah.
That was where we did the liquidity map, and that was the overnight position. Yeah, that was only a tiny position for me. Again and again, yeah, because we traded it, that we were following it in the morning, weren't we? And we came up to that 1.1 level, and I was like, right, I'm closing that because that's where I'm expecting a reversal from. And lo and behold, it reversed almost pretty much bang on that pip. In terms of our range right now, we are still in this, and again, it's quite difficult to read. I kind of see the range as from this high to this low, or if you want to be a purist, technically it's there to there. But I like to use the, you know, what makes sense. Structure wise, we're going to have liquidity sat there. If we did sweep above that news candle, then ultimately for me, I'm going to be looking at thinking, do you know what, that's probably where our massive pockets of liquidity are. That being said, a lot of the liquidity now will be being pulled down to here. You'll have a lot of break-even people up here, so I think there's going to be less and less liquidity sat above this level now. It's going to be, you know, gradually migrating down in line with people trailing their stops. We are technically just creating a new 4-hour range as we speak, with a clear, defined close below that previous external liquidity level. So we are now forming a new range now. However, we don't have any bullish structure to confirm where the low is yet. So we can't mark that on yet until we get some bullish structure. Once we have bullish structure coming into the marketplace like this, then we have a confirmed low, and then we can draw the range on. But until then, we're just kind of in no man's land. And, you know, it's a case of, and this is, again, why so many people lose money in these moments, is they're expecting buys, expecting buys, expecting buys. We have no structure telling us we're going to buy just yet. So this is just a sell setup until it's not a sell setup anymore. And it really is that simple. Thursdays are usually my favorite days. Ideally, we would have had Wednesday news by now, which will inject a load of liquidity. And then Thursday, we can then start taking the positions and just continuing in line with whatever Wednesday told us we were going to do. Unfortunately, the news is today, so it might be a boring morning, it might not be. We'll see what London comes in. If London gives us a nice sweep of that Asia high, then let's see if we can get a setup out there. And Euro USD Thursday analysis. Tell you what, this Loom is made my analysis so much easier. Previously, I was having to like record it, edit it. Well, not edit it, but record it, put it into an editing piece of software, basically, then upload it to YouTube. Let that process, all that there is just, yeah, absolute bunk.
They're good to watch as well. You just click them and it just plays, right?
Yeah, so much easier, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think, to be fair, I think I can probably download them and put them on YouTube if I really need to. But, you know, with obviously everything that's happening with the mentorship now. You know, I need to try and free up a little bit of time. So things like the webinars now, rather than putting them on YouTube, they'll just be for us. Really, they'll just stay in the group and they won't go anywhere else.
Can I give you another tip as well? Trading you.
Yeah, go for it.
If you go back on that object tree, and then see in the top right where it says data win, go back on object tree, sorry.
Yeah.
Just below data win, there's like a file box.
Yeah.
With a pit book. If you click on that, it'll show you all your charts and all the drawings.
Oh, that's cool.
So you've probably got loads of old charts with loads of old drawings on, you never use it anymore. And I don't know, maybe that affects like how TradingView runs as well.
Do you know what? I used to love trading US dollar CHF. It was like one of my favorites of all time.
It's really wiki, I remember.
It's just really sensitive to liquidity. You know, I'm still not 100%. That's a good little tip. Sync the layout. Let's get it all cleared. CAD, GU, EJ, gold.
Yeah, it tells you like the different brokers as well. So you can have like EU on 4 different brokers.
Yeah.
Draw
Old
a year
card.
ago.
Gold again. EU. IDC, not sure what that is. US 30, US oil, ES1, AU, EJ. Don't delete.
Loads of analysis there, huh?
Oh, I know, right? US 30, US 500. Oh, and do you know what? Euro AUD as well. Oh, I used to bloody love that pair. I just used to love it. It's just such a lovely pair to trade. Alright, Sam. That's Sam, isn't it? You alright, pal?
We're going tomorrow. I was going to ask. No? Alright, yeah.
Hey, don't be coming on here just having chats with your mates, mate. Who's that? Who is it?
So if you want to put up, please, me, yeah. So if you want to put that on the boiler and cylinder.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You as well, huh? The disrespect.
How dare he? Definitely, mate. Put it on the cylinder. You want it on the cylinder. If you don't have it on the cylinder, what's going to happen, Chris?
Don't want to know, huh?
You don't want to know, mate. You don't want to know. Yeah, Euro AUD. I used to love trading. It was just my I don't know why. It just used to move so nicely. Do you know what? There's some pairs that I really miss, and I know that sounds like ridiculous, but there's some pairs that I really miss trading. CAD JPY was always one of my favourites.
I've always been stuck with one pair really because just the way I focus on one session,
Yeah.
it's hard to go across pairs.
I know what you mean. Yeah, CAD
I think the best
JPY.
way to do it would be high time frame analysis on multiple pairs and then set alerts, and then just focus on when your alert goes off.
Yeah, exactly. Need to work out what my feeds are. So Euro USD Oanda, so I need to keep that. GU Oanda. GJ should be Oanda. Oh, it's FXCM. GJ and right, Germany 40 Forex.com and then DXY. Germany 40 Forex.com. Okay, we want to keep that. Is that live? Yeah, it is. GJ, keep that. Euro, so we don't worry about that. Get rid of that. Oh god, what's happened here then? Euro AUD, that can go. 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 Natural gas. Dogecoin. Oh, all these nonsense. Oh, these are local drawings. Synced in layout. Right, so we're keeping that one. Keeping that one. Keeping that one. Keeping that one. FX can go. Do you want to keep Capital.com? Daxi can go. Euro AUD. SPX. DAX.
You see some of them only have a few drawings on it, so you've obviously went on just and
Yeah.
checked it and did a little markup. It must clog up the system though, right? Having all that.
Oh, I must do something. Yeah, I don't know. Got loads of local drawings as well, like saved on my computer. Shivers them. Right, this is a really boring live stream, so let's get off that. Right, 8 o'clock, 8:03. That's not the direction we wanted. The thing is, that might have been the sweep. It might just be that we're continuing this bearish trend. Should we take a position? Should we just have a go? We've had an internal. We are heavily bearish. We've had an internal sweep. Where are we heading right now? We've got loads of room, and we've not really got anything in the way, have we?
There's not a lot on the high time frame, right? It is reacting in a OB, well, like a previous area.
See, these are some of those moments where you're just like, "Oh, what do I do?" It hasn't taken my key liquidity, but it has taken liquidity and it has broken down. We've had ISC, we've had an MSU. So what would it look like? It would look like this. 5 pip stop. Can't sniff at that, can we? And what have we got to the left? What's our next resistance point of any kind? So we've got edge of an imbalance, and then we've got a little liquidity there. So we've got sensitivity there, so that's bottom of an imbalance. Yeah, it's not that far, is it? Not for an average trade anyway. Fuck it, let's get in. Let's get in, come on. There's only one little loss in it. Yeah, it's slightly tighter entry as well. What does that give us?
Yeah, if you had took that sweep and got your MB and stop higher about it's a clean trade. A bit early, right?
Yeah. See what happens then. So my entry was there in the end. Yeah, and it looks much nicer on DXY as well. Clear sweep, nice push, clear sweep.
10 to 15. Yeah.
Shut up, Sam. Don't care about your stupid pipes. GU actually, that's a little bit nicer, to be fair. How do I mute that idiot? Where is he? How do I mute him? Mute. Shut up, Sam. Oh, he's muted. Oh, my chart's doing that blurry thing again. There's nothing on it anymore, so it can't be that. I don't know what it is then. I thought it was to do with the amount of drawings I've got, but we've deleted all our drawings.
I don't think I can see it when you say it gets blurry on the live stream now.
Can you not?
It's not normal. Strange.
Definitely something to do with TradingView because it's happened on like multiple PCs that I've owned.
Yeah.
G.
I've never noticed that on my chart before. Like
No.
candles were all blurry. You might have had them, just never noticed.
Yeah.
I know Ridley used to have a problem where he'd come on and all his drawings would be changed. They'd all be like offset the way he put them.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a bit of a common fault with that, isn't there?
TradingView sorted it out for him like somehow.
How is Ridley? He's like disappeared lately. I reach out to him every now and again. Never hear from him.
He's all right. He's got a bit like, I don't know if he told you, but he suffers from like anxiety and
Oh, does he?
panic attacks and stuff.
Oh shit. Not good.
Yeah, he's all right though. You know what I mean? He just keeps himself a bit. Still see him quite regularly.
Yeah, good. Say hello to him for me, won't you?
I will.
Actually, nice tight entry there. See if we can get EU breaking down. Sorry, GU breaking down, and we can get some bullish structure on this. And we can see what happens from here. Nice to get a bit of confirmation before I got to go. Yep, so that would have been your nice tight entry. That's your MS2 entry.
What is an MS2.0?
It's
Because
just
not on you haven't got a course video on it.
no. It's mentioned a few times in the webinars. Basically,
Yeah,
it's
I went
just
looking for it and I couldn't find any.
it's just this. You enter on the manipulation instead of waiting for the engulfing.
Oh, alright. Yeah,
So it has obviously better risk and reward, but obviously slightly lower probability. It's quite effective, to be fair. The guy that I learnt the MSU from, that's how he trades it. I just added in the engulfing because I felt like it was a good confluence to have. You usually have an engulfing like that. There very clearly now shows that confirmation. I can't remember what the original entry was now. I think it was about there, wasn't it? That shows that, that confirmation that you're going to be going short. So, I wanted to build it in a way where it was really clear and obvious for people to take entries. There wasn't any kind of question on it. But I think we also need to make sure that there are, more advanced ways to trade for people that have a higher risk appetite. Because you take a trade like that and you can get 3R out of it, so you can lose twice as many times and get the same results.
Yeah, one of the guys I learned from had that approach too, where I would wait for a low time frame confirmation, but he's just entering with the same stop loss basically.
Yeah.
As an MS2, It's more focused on the safe stop location.
Yeah.
Whereas I like to see that little confirmation.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. It's just nice. It feels a bit better, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially if price like impulsively moves up there too.
Yeah.
It's kind of tricks you, right?
Also, I feel like we've come up with a new name today, MS2. It's MSU2 usually, but I quite like the sound of MS2. Back at the weekly open on GJ, which is interesting. Can you see it there? You see my chart? My candle's like blurry. You see it? It's just me. Weird. Right, hopefully we get a breakdown on here, lads. I've got to take the lad to school now, alright? So I probably won't be back online, but let's keep an eye on it. I'll be in the chat as normal.
No problem.
Cool.
I can't see your blurry candles actually.
You can, yeah?
Full screen, really close, yeah.
Yeah, see what I mean? Look, and weirdly, look to the left. Those are really sharp.
And then not.
Look to the middle, really blurry. You see it?
Yeah, the width have got like a two-tone to them, haven't they?
See what I mean? Weird, isn't it? Zoom in, and it's still kind of there as well, but but it's just on the center of the screen. On the left screen. How weird's that? And obviously my monitor can't be affecting your screen.
No.
I don't bloody know.
Well, at least I saw it. You're not going mad.
That's it, yeah. Right, let's get that in the chat. Euro USD short. Euro USD short. Beautiful. Come on then. Keep dropping now then. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Nice way to start the day.
See, in my trading plan, I've got written down to be wary when it's so low.
Yeah.
And obviously, I put those trades yesterday, and today I was just like, just let it play out and see what
Just
happens.
let it play out. Look, if you've got the whole thing about being wary when it's low is it's a double-edged sword, okay? Because you might get stung, okay? But let's just before we go quickly, let's just talk this through, okay? Let's look at the last 2 weeks, okay? Every single point here, you could have argued you were too low, right? So let's look at this little section of price here, just as an example. Okay, so let's say we're coming into that section of price down there. You look at this move here. Oh shit. You look at this move here. You'd be looking at that thinking, oh, we're too low. We're too low. You know, we've reached a daily level, whatever it is, so we need to buy. You'd have been a little bit right here, but you'd have been very wrong there. Yeah? So that day, Wednesday the 2nd of October, you'd have been well wrong. This point here, you've just tagged that zone. You're thinking, oh, we're too low, we're definitely going to reverse now. So you try and take a buy, you don't even get the Asia high. Whereas if you'd waited and taken the short, you'd have been fine. Okay? This day here, same principle applies. Okay? The only time you'd have been stung would have been here. Okay? You'd have been stung here, trying to short this section. You'd have been stung here, trying to short. Well, you might not have been stung there. Sorry, you'd have been stung here. If you continue selling it short, you would have caught a position there, but you wouldn't have caught a big one. You would have caught a position there, but you wouldn't have caught a big one. This one here, massive position. This one here, massive position. So the thing is, yes, you will at these areas of sensitivity get some sort of bullish pullbacks, but you're better off just trading it until it shows you clearly, like until you've got your hourly time frames changing direction. You know, and you know, you're talking like massive big structures like these here, which are really going to then get you into better trades. But when you've got these big structures, then that's when you can trade the range plays, right? When you're tight like this, when it's tight like this, it is more difficult and it is more confusing to understand what to do. You've just got to basically just trust that the momentum is going to shift less than it's going to remain, and that's the best thing you can do is just, you know, just follow it down. Like this is a perfect example. The amount of times we would have taken a buy from here because we're so low, because we've swept the low, but you know, we've now in a sell position that, you know, within hopefully a few candles we'll be taking some profit out of, and you know, everyone's a winner. So, you know, don't worry about it being too low, just worry about where the momentum is, where the momentum's heading, and what your setups are showing. If you're wrong, you can be wrong. I'd rather you take short after short after short, because you'll be right 60-70% of the time, right? And then when you are wrong, that's when you maybe take a step back and just have a think, do you know what, actually maybe, you know, this is a changing direction. So maybe let's just watch and wait for a little bit. Sometimes you just have to do that, right? You just have to just take your time and just watch and wait a little bit. But that's cool. That's part of trading, right?
Yeah. No, I fully understand that, and I think then it's all down to like the positioning and in your session too, right, on that day.
Yeah.
Like yesterday was a good example, right? I did take the short, but it pulled back higher and took it LB. But in hindsight, maybe it wasn't the best short.
When did you take your short?
It didn't really pull back and take over into liquidity, right? Did it?
So you entered in here?
Early on, we were talking about it. I think,
here?
Yesterday, I shorted.
What was it?
It was like 9:20.
Yeah, so you entered the point.
Yeah,
There was nothing wrong with it. Yeah, it didn't pull back too deeply, and that's why you then had the initial, sell off, and then you had a deeper pullback. I think in just those moments, that's where your BE will protect you, and you've just got to be ready to get back in, because unless you have that shift in structure, even if price came all the way back up, right, and took out this high here, okay, you're still short overall, right?
Yeah.
You're still short overall. So you just got to be, when markets are a little bit more corrective like this, you've just got to be on your toes basically, and just take your profit off. That again, we've been blessed recently with how long trades have been running for. Remember, smart trading is coming out at your first liquidity point, or this one you didn't even get your first liquidity point. Your first liquidity point was down here, so a break even on that one. There's nothing wrong with break even on that one. Nothing wrong with that at all. Sometimes you're going to get those break evens. It's just part of the course, right? You've got to be prepared for the fact that if it does pull back like that, you've then got to decide, look, is this a shift? Is this a bullish shift? Well, it's not a bullish shift until we have another push down and then a pullback, because that's realistically, if it's going to shift in structure, it's going to use liquidity from down here, right? It's going to grab the liquidity and then it's going to come out of there. So if it does pull back like this, so you've entered here, right? You've then traded down to here, you don't get your first target, okay, but you then get this pullback and it takes you out for break even. You've got to understand that this is probably just a liquidity grab to take it down short. Even if it is a shift in structure, the likely outcome is that it's still going to come down to here to pick up some more of that liquidity to then shift structure. So these pullbacks, sometimes you look at them and be like, oh my God, I'm really worried about that. But actually, and again, this is why we like to use those medium time frames. So for us, we would be classed as medium time frame traders, right? 1 hour, 4 hour time frames. What's good about them is that if you jump to the 1 hour and you see these kind of pullbacks like that happening, you then can go down to your 5-minute chart or your 15-minute chart and you can get your time frames lining up with you. So you can then have that sweep and then wait for the structure to come in, wait for your MSUs to come in, and then you can get in on the entry later. So there's no rush basically, because you've got plenty of opportunity. There's never a situation really where you're having to enter just off a sweep like that. That is MSU2. That is the theory of it ultimately, to get yourself into tight positions. If you don't want to trade like that, you don't want that risk profile, then you can just enter off the back of just confirmation. Wait for the confirmation, wait for ISC, wait for MSU, wait for some sort of manipulation in this section, which, as we had loads of, and then take the trade. So you've got plenty of opportunities. This triggered my alerts and then has stopped moving, which is annoying. I wonder if we're gonna have one of those really annoying corrective mornings.
But everything you said there makes sense. Like, thanks.
You're welcome, man. That's what I'm here for.
I knew that as well. It's just putting it into practice.
Yeah, exactly. Right, let's see if we can get pushed down on that. Right, I really do have to go, lads. I'm sorry. I love you all. I'll speak to you later.
But